Thank you. There we go. Peace. There we go. My bad. You can tell I'm just rushed in from out from being out and about. Um, Campaign Wednesday Night Live. Just getting to it. Had to push it back an hour because I had business to handle. And we about to handle this business. Salute. Um, the chat, the wrench mob in the building real quick and deep. George Allen, salute. Walaikum salam. Ahmad Jabril, Nate the Greatest. Oh man, Knowledge Born, Walaikum Salam. And yeah, as you can see, we following up on yesterday's live. When I was speaking about the Lord Jamar subject, and then it kind of transitioned into where I was talking to brother King is Cash, that was from the 5% Nation and Nation of Islam experience. So in the chat, I guess maybe this morning or later, earlier today when I kind of glanced at the chat on that video from last night, it was a few people that was, expressing they had issues or, like I have an issue with the 5% Nation and Nation of Gods and Earth and this and that. So I want to definitely open up the lines for that because I don't think I thought I was very clear about whatever I expressed last night. So if anybody had an issue with it, then they need to be clear with me and get on the live and express it because typing ain't going to do it. Typing will never do it. Typing will never resolve nothing. So it's live conversation. And if it's public, then it should force us to be civilized if we're supposed to be civilized. If we claim to be civilized, then what better way to demonstrate it than public in front of the people? So I have no problem putting that challenge on myself and holding others that claim to be civilized or 5%ers to the same standard. J5, salute. Squab Cooks, salute. Brother Kenny X, Walaikum Salam, Top Soldier. Yeah, and I gave the disclaimer yesterday, when I was speaking on it, of my clear love and influence and or how I was influenced by Brother Lord Jamar and the 5%ers, 5% Nation. And, I got a long, super long history, over 3-decade history. But my brothers and sisters from the 5% Nation or Allah's 5% Nation, and then others say that Nation of Gods and Earth that ain't what we are. We Allah's 5%. So like, brother was saying yesterday was it's differences among that, So I wanted to talk about that subject or with whoever wanted to talk about it with me. If you didn't agree with my position, my energy, what you thought was my feelings, what I'm saying? Because I don't really function on feelings. I have them though. I'm not a robot, but I have emotions, I should say. I have passion that I'll gladly put behind my logic, and my reasoning, just so I'm not a computer or a robot. But most of us seem like we functioning fully off of emotions instead of off of actual data, especially if we claim these supreme wisdom teachings. We claiming these supreme wisdom teachings, then we're going to have to acknowledge where they came from and why wasn't they followed according to the author of them, So I'm opening the lines immediately for anybody that caught yesterday's live. And if you didn't, like I said, it had to do with my brother Lord Jamar and his flat earth beliefs, and who he's believing, because I seen a little clip earlier today. I think he went live today with two KVs, those that know what KVs mean. And he was saying something about not taking nobody's word on face value. You're talking to two KVs. You're taking two KVs' word on face value because they didn't take you up into space. It's like we didn't. So, we all have free choice, free will of who we're going to choose to believe, because that's what we're doing. We're believers. So I'm so ready to crack open this subject and follow up on this subject from last night, because we clearly call ourselves believers and we call ourselves Muslims. We don't brag about being quote unquote gods, because God, that's a destination, that's a process, that's an actual rank of mastery. Actually to be a god in the context that we and that's context is everything and interpretation is everything. So the author of the lesson, Supreme Wisdom Lessons, is the ones who gives the correct interpretation, not of what we think it mean, because we didn't meet the master Fard Muhammad. We didn't spend 3.5 years with him, and then we didn't spend the next 40 years saying, explaining and growing in our knowledge of what he gave Elijah Muhammad in that first 3.5 years while he was among us. So it's incredible how we just want to just take the lessons of 1934, with the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said himself that, oh brother, those is the answers that I gave when I was a baby. If you was to ask me now, what I'm saying, his answers would be something totally different. But I ain't gonna say totally different, but he said, I don't want to misquote, but he said those are the answers that I gave back in 1934 when I was a baby. And if you was to ask me today, I think he said he can give 10,000 words I forgot on each answer, and he would never repeat himself, something to that effect. So we holding on to 1934 lessons as though he died in 1934, and he didn't spend the next 40 years clearly explaining and writing books and all of that before Brother Clarence 13X ever showed up. We had Message to the Black Man that was the bestseller among the Black community, that I think was released in 1965. By the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if I'm not mistaken. Message to the Black Man in America, wasn't that like 1965? So for anybody that claims that these teachings wasn't being taught, and and no disrespect, but 5% nation in the small city called Brooklyn or New York or Harlem or whatever, that's pretty arrogant to think that if you didn't get it in New York, then it wasn't being given to the youth or whatever. I don't, but that's why I'm opening the floors up, because we got to talk real talk now. And it's no disrespect. Like we never left, we never left our people. Our people left us, right? The Nation of Islam never excluded nobody or whatever other than the Cavies. So if there's any division or gap, we didn't create it. The nation didn't create it, right? So that's what I'm here trying to open the door for that conversation. And I asked a few people in the chat, are you willing to get on live with me today? They said, yeah, but I don't see them. And I never see them. But we're going to stay on here and do what we do for the next hour, God willing. Salute. Madon Komet, Fire Fist. Salute. Oh, man, let me highlight Fire Fist. Day 12 of 40-day fasting with 23 hours of dry fasting with no water. Wow. Fire Fist. You going top tier, man. That's heavy. Salute to you, and man, bring back some goodies for us. Bring back some goodies for us, because you definitely on your way to get them. You know what I'm saying? Or you getting them as we speak. Especially if we feeding off of Supreme Wisdom. So I don't know what your and you're welcome to, if you want to hop on. You don't have to show your face, but if you just want to explain to the people what your reason or your motive or experience is with fasting, Fire Fist, man, I would love to hear it. I don't know the people, but I know the power of what you're doing. So I just, I'm kind of curious in what is your motive or intent or inspiration for doing it. Is this health related? Is it spiritual power related? Is it, but man, salute. Madan, Komet.
Yo, Cam, salute.
Salute. Peace. What's good, brethren?
Man, I'm good, man. Everything good, man. Just laying low, man. Thought I hop on and build with you. I see ain't nobody gonna hit that link yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not yet, but we here though. You saw, I mean, you was here with me yesterday. Any ideas or thoughts, or did you see anything in the chat or in the comment section after we got off yesterday regarding what I was discussing with the brother King is Cash, brother 5%er. That's also he said he was also a follower of Minister Farrakhan. Anything come to your mind that you didn't get to say yesterday?
Uh, well, I was listening in because I had to drop down and take my girl back home. But I was listening in, and then I listened again this morning. It
Mm-hmm.
was, but what tripped me out is how it just seemed the brother didn't want to, like, a lot of the questions you was asking. He's like he was tiptoeing around the question and not directly answering. So it's like you had to reiterate, like, "No, bro, don't need to. I ain't trying to go all the way over here. Just answer what I asked." So, but it seems, but at the same time, I feel his compassion. At the same time, like he said, um, certain things, or I guess his levels. I guess over in New York, how he came up amongst it. But at the same time, I think you was asking him, could he name could he name someone, or did he know someone that was still, I guess, around that could tell him about who they truly believed in, or something to that effect?
Right. Or did they pray? Did they pray to Master Fard Muhammad at any point? Since those are his lessons, and it says that besides him, there's no God or Savior for us. And that's just the lesson. Like I said earlier, just a few seconds ago, a few minutes ago, the lessons are not that's the most honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't die after that. Like he didn't, he came to lessons and then he died and disappeared along with Master Fard Muhammad. No, he stayed for 40 years explaining the lessons, like explaining, the discipline, the structure, explaining every aspect of what he got from Master Fard Muhammad that wasn't even in the lessons. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody that claimed that they know the lessons better than he do, or they saw something in the lessons that he didn't see, I want to have those conversations.
Yeah, I was hoping the brother would have went more in depth, but I guess he was, he wasn't. Um, Maybe was trying to protect something. I don't know. It seemed like he was just not being straightforward in a lot of the converse. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why we open it for the public, because it's public. Like if it's anything that's private, that's super sensitive, I wouldn't push the line. But I don't believe and understand and know that there's no principles or no aspects to this history that needs to be G14 classified like that, especially if the enemy and hypocrites and ops use whatever dirt that they think they got on the nation to flood it out there to the public. So what, let it all, open all the books. Let's go.
Yeah, that's real. That's straight up. And I seen a little bit of the brother Jamar earlier, and I seen him doing a lot of yes manning to the KBs, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know I don't know. Because I didn't watch that much of it. Shelby Hawkins, you were by a man who doesn't understand basic physics. You were what? Um, I don't know if you're talking about me. I don't know. I don't know if you was on here before, Shelby, and we gave you a 3-minute ultimatum. But if you're referring to me, or that, like, I guess you're saying we were taught by a man who doesn't understand basic physics, or are you talking about Lord Jamar? That's why I don't do these comments, because I don't want to clown nobody for being illiterate or speaking or typing broken English, or can you get on a live, hit the link, Shelby? Because I don't know what you mean or who you referring to. You know, so I remember your name. I remember I asked you to get on before. So I'm asking you now to get on or get off. But go ahead, Madonna.
But yeah, I think that dialogue definitely need to happen, man, between the 5%ers and the Nation of Islam. I don't know, maybe it's happened behind closed doors. I don't know, but I think that's a good public topic that need to be discussed, because the points you was bringing up about why ain't they doing this if the teachers came from here, and why ain't they doing that? You know what I'm saying? If they know the teachers came from here, why ain't they standing on certain principles or aspects of it? So I think that dialogue definitely need to happen, man. I wish some 5%ers would come on and dialogue with you, just so the
Yeah,
public.
I believe they will. I believe, like I said, my history before the internet, we used to always have these conversations. So I just don't know why, that nobody is showing that. I might be blocked, I might be censored, they might be not sending out no notification. Who knows? They might not want us to have these conversations, because I ain't really had no beef or no problems discussing that with 5%ers over the last 30 years. So, it's not nothing G14 classified. It's not nothing that we ain't been talking about already. Salute Adrian, Wrench Mob, Adrian Martinez, Malika. I see you, Malika. August Night. Yeah, it's not a monster movie. It's not nothing like, just because we might have feelings about it or emotions about it, don't mean we ain't men, we ain't respecting each other, we ain't gonna be civilized. But that's what we kind of was critiquing yesterday, that when Lord Jamar, was getting cooked, he wasn't civilized. Even if the KV is not civilized, we don't expect to them but to be civilized. But you agreed to do that with a KV, you know what I'm saying? Whether they call you dumb little boy or whatever he was saying, or not, you supposed to just show and prove. It don't have nothing to do with derogatory language or cussing or over talking or yelling. That's not civilized. That just was not civilized. That was not a civilized man or civilized guy business right there. Black Americans against socialism. Anytime you show up, Mr. Maryland, I'm gonna probably block you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because just because you know why. Shelby Hawkins, I'm starting to lose respect for you, Cam. For you, Cam. I don't even know what you talk about, but I know what you can lose. I know what you can lose right now, and I'm going to help you lose. I let the wrench mob help you lose even more. Not just respect, but connect. How about you lose connect with me also? Peace. Pride Noir, Ascari X, Lakim Shabazz. Are y'all? I don't understand. Are you talking to somebody else? I don't understand. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what y'all be typing for. I'm not. But anyway, continue, brother. Commit.
But yeah, man. Just me, browsing over the YouTube streets within the last 48 hours, no, 24 hours rather. He's definitely getting a public butt whooping. You know what I'm saying? As far as like how people Jamar is.
Yeah, a public shellacking, a public going over.
Right.
Yeah, man. I don't, like I said, I heard a few minutes of him with the two little KVs on there, real fast talking KVs, like used cars, like anybody that talks fast, like they in a rush. I'm already skeptical, and you're already suspect. There's no need to fast talk me. There's no need to fast talk nobody, right? Especially on. And then I heard I heard one of the little KV say, I think stars are angels. I think that those stars in the sky are souls, right? He started going into some real, you know, mystery God stuff, and Lord Jamar was just sitting there like, like, man, you allowing that? Like, oh, okay, let's see, man. To each his own. Each his
Yeah,
own.
yeah, but it's to me. I'm just gonna call it like I see it. To me, it just it's a lot of hypocrisy within that. You know what I'm saying? Because like now the way he behaved with those two KV, like I'm like, why didn't you behave with the other KV? Was it because Godfrey and the other brother was around and
Well,
you know what
he
I'm
was
saying?
saying that Godfrey set him up, so he kind of got a little whatever grudge now, a little whatever now against Godfrey because he's saying that Godfrey was complicit, and he was just going for clicks and likes, and he sold him out basically. He sold him out for clicks and likes or views or something. That's what he said today.
Oh man, that's bad, bro. Golly, man. I wish he would have told me, I had a couple drinks, man. I'd rather heard that. You know what I'm saying? And I just wasn't my full self at the moment. But to just say, God, like you supposed to be on that, what's today's mathematics? You supposed to be ready for whatever, whenever. That's
Well,
what I thought.
that's not God mathematic subject. Flat Earth is not a 120 system. That's not a 120 knowledge system.
And I guess
Flat
that I
Earth,
guess it fell apart.
huh?
I said, I guess that's why it fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, you got to find somebody somebody has to feed that to you. Somebody has to keep feeding. It's just like you hit crack one time and it feel good, and you think you stumble on something that's good for you, and then you get addicted to it. Then you need a fix. You need somebody to keep serving you that poison. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing that it's killing you. It's killing the God. So you start your pusher start becoming your best friend. Your preacher, your pastor, your imam, your minister, that could potentially be your dope dealer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was kind of like a Joe Clark moment. You're losing your brain cells, son.
Expeditiously, in fact. Malika said on Godfrey's channel yesterday, his own members are calling Lord Jamar now Jamaring. The new term for flat earthing is Jamaring.
Oh man.
Lord, man, my brother, come on, brother, my brother. I love you, but I don't.
Yeah.
I can't. King Z say flat Earth conversation is irrelevant. I think so. It's irrelevant to us, but it's not irrelevant to the people that promoted it, which clearly seem to be KVs. So if the function of the KV is to push irrelevant distractions and confusions and be the author of confusion, or like what does it matter? What does it matter whether the earth is flat or not, even though there's nothing to suggest that it is? But okay, that does that mean that this is the catalyst that you can rally behind to rebel against any discipline and law and order and structure? Is that what we want? We want to be free from having to be under the discipline or authority or structure of another man. I want to be my own free, independent self. Like, okay, well, we don't do that over here. If that's what you want to do, then just say that. You don't need flat earth theory to do that. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
Why use that as the subject to go after? When you can't take me to space, you know what I'm saying? We all can buy a high, we can get a little bag and buy, or go to the Griffith Park or whatever observatory and actually look out there. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to see nothing flat. You're going to see the heavenly bodies. You're going to see spheres. Like this is the atom sphere, the atmosphere. I didn't, dude yesterday was saying we breathe water. Shit. You know. So it's a whole lot going on, man, at the end of the world, at the end of grace, end of time, boy. Everything comes to the surface, right?
Hey, that's right, man. And I mean, I understand where people come from when they say it's irrelevant, but at the same time, in my humble opinion, I think for truth's sake, right? For truth's sake, I mean, you got Kyrie Irving. I remember Shaq came out one point in time talking about the Earth was flat. So we got prominent high figures, in my opinion, you know, speaking this ill, well, this I would call miseducation about a flat Earth, and it's got a lot of youth. So to me, I don't see nothing wrong with addressing it when it's up in the air.
Right, right. KMS says, I thought B.O.B., the rapper B.O.B., brought Flat Earth to social media to sell records a few years ago and went viral. His Elements album was fire, though. Yeah, no, he wasn't the originator of that concept. That been out for decades and decades, probably longer than that with Columbus and all that. They thought the Earth was flat. That go back to the dark ages. So I guess we back in the dark ages, meaning mental darkness, mental death. So yeah, it is getting dark. So that would make all the sense in the world that people is coming back out with some flat Earth theories and subjects. Adrian Martinez says, quote, the Earth is oblong like an egg. It's a perfect, if it's a perfect circle, which way is up? Unquote. Farrakhan in the Science of Jesus lecture. Right, just like the Professor Dave was saying, we're in space. So you either think we're in space or we're not in space. So in space, there is no up, there is no down. There's only out away from the Earth. The gravitational pull of the Earth is out. That's what determines how much we weigh. You know what I'm saying? Gravity, the gravitational pull of a large body, which involves magnetism, right? So if we can't explain, which we can't, this mysterious force that holds atoms and molecules and quarks and protons and electrons together, then how can you claim that you can explain why the Earth, the water is stuck to the Earth, or why atmosphere is pushed down 6 miles? Because we can fly above the clouds. There's a reason why no clouds will rise up higher than 6 miles. How many of y'all knew that? How many of y'all know this science fact, this physics fact regarding our atmosphere, that clouds, you will not find clouds no higher than 6 miles, right? Because the air is not the same, right? So if you're talking about alleged dense air or not dense air, like why is air thin, you know what I'm saying, up there, you know what I'm saying, and not thin on the ground, right? So it's a lot of general things. But if you're talking about why did fish or be able to swim up, or he's saying something about bubbles or whatever, like just like somebody said, what are we even talking about? Does it make you sleep good at night? Does it make you feel like, yeah, we're going to rebel against all the systems of science? And I don't know. What are we doing? The British is coming. Are we arming up for some some violent rebellion? What is the end game for this belief system? I remember learning about flat Earth theory in elementary school. Theory, glad tiding, are all the other planets flat? Is any? I don't think that we can even see all the other planets because the universe is so vast. So we're told. but we can get we can get a telescope. Is any of those heavenly bodies that you see flat? You see that they might coalesce, they might be clustered in a flat plane, like the Milky Way galaxy or these galaxies that spiral galaxies, but that looks flat. That can be configured and spread out like the rings of Saturn, but that's not flat. That's that's a series of shapes and spheres and boulders and rocks. I'm talking about the rings of Saturn. That is that just spread out in a disc, right? But it's not flat, and the center of it is absolutely not flat. Pi my gravity causes the shape of the Earth. I wouldn't say gravity. I would say the equal pressure or lack thereof. Whether it's in a vacuum, so-called vacuum of space, or whether it's just in space. That's why you can't blow a square bubble. You can't blow a triangle bubble. The universal shape is a sphere. Jael Moore, salute.
Sir, what's going on, sir?
Oh man, you got it. Islam, peace.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I actually was leaving a bunch of comments. What was that earlier today?
Under what name?
It was
Theo or something like that. What was it?
Free the Truth.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you was one of the people that definitely I wanted to invite on here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's
foremost all due respect. And I believe Jamar's right. He's just, he likes to get a little high.
You said Jamar is right about what?
Where we live in this realm.
And is this a belief or is this a fact of yours? Is this something that you can prove or is this a belief?
I can prove it, and it's not a belief, but there's a psyop going on with the whole globalist agenda, right?
Okay, let me set the tone, because I have to ask you that, and then I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, however long that you wanna take to give an opening statement regarding what you say you can prove and what you know is a fact. And I'm asking you clearly that you don't this ain't something you believe. You're saying this is something that you know.
Yes.
So I'm not that I'm not gonna say I don't call it arrogant. I believe, I'm a believer, right? I believe that the earth is spherical or oblong shaped. In other words, not flat. So I'm saying I believe, you saying you know. So with that said, you got the floor.
Got you. So I believed the same thing. I wouldn't say I thought I knew it, because as a kid, your imagination is open to things like Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy. So when they put that globe in your classroom, you're just taking it on the teacher's word, right? But when you actually ask questions and do the math, it doesn't actually add up.
I mean, and let me preface that real quick. So when you do the math, so are you a physicist, or like what's your highest I guess, even if it's self graded, what would you say your highest mastery level of mathematics is?
Pretty high, but I don't go with college or like what
I'm just saying, what is it? Physics? Is it astrophysics? Like what would your highest, quantum physics? What is your highest mastery? I'm not even saying you have to be qualified or verified by white folks or white colleges. What would you just say your highest?
I was about to say, like, I did all my studying self-taught, but I didn't go to any what I call indoctrination academies to learn these things.
So I'm just saying, would you say you're an astrophysicist?
Not because I don't believe man can go into space, period. So I wouldn't even say we can go out there to
No, I didn't say where you can go. I said what you study. Or would you say you study astrophysics? You know,
that we can't reach. You know what I mean? It's not meant for us to go to God's realm, as I described it.
So we're not already in God's realm. The earth is not God's realm.
A video game for spirits to test your free will with the time you have here. That's a short way I can put it.
So this is a video game.
It's a way to describe it shortly.
Like, how old are you, brother Jael?
Right? Like a matrix, like it's a free will test.
How old are you, real quick? How old are you?
41.
41. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna be quiet and I'm just gonna write notes. Go ahead.
All right. So I can start a bunch of ways, but one of the things that really got me is they say we're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour while rotating around the sun at 66,600 miles. If you pay attention to that number, see that's the beast number, right?
You're Christian?
I don't denominate. I'm more.
Why is that the beast number?
Well, you see it everywhere with the satanic religions, right? They always use the symbols, right? The snake's tongue. My NASA shirt says lies, but you see how they use a serpent's tongue? The serpent, the 666, the numbers line up. I know some people like to say
that's the Bible. That's the Bible, though.
Yeah, but I'm more of a Torah guy. Like it's the beginning of the Bible.
The Torah is the Bible.
That's what I just said. Like it's the first 5 books, but those books were speaking to us. But I don't denominate any religion.
Well, I'm just saying you just quoted the Bible, so.
Oh, I'll quote anything.
Okay, I'm kind of starting. All right, well, let me be quiet. Go ahead. So, yeah, and we in the interest of time, we just trying to hurry up and cut to the chase and get to the meat and potatoes proof.
So we have to be chasing the sun while rotating around something that's 93 million miles away, which sounds crazy, all while rotating, but you see the North Star and the constellations. That math could never add up. Just continuous motion like that. Water is always level, right? So on a ball, right, like you see here, things have to go flat on this ball. It doesn't make sense. There's been plenty of compilations of pilots saying we fly on a level plane. That's a fact, though. Like I could play that video, not maybe on here, but pilots saying that is pretty damn good, solid proof. And then water can't lie to you. Like the liquid in this, it adjusts level no matter what you do. It can't just make it up like a man can, right? And NASA, a lot of this globe belief comes from NASA, a government organization. The same organizations that told you those free experimental shots were safe and effective, right? Which I hope you didn't take, brother. And the biggest proof is just using your own experiments with water, with seeing the sun's rays, where you can chase the ray, or you can trace the rays back to the source, as they call it, crepuscular rays. So when you really break it down, there's no proof of the globe besides what you see in movies or what NASA tells you. You look at any pictures of the globe, it's all animation. Satellites, you see all animation. And the real satellites are actually on helium balloons because NASA has the biggest supply of helium in the world. So there's a lot I could go into. There's actually too much proof that we don't live on a globe. And I don't call myself a flat earther. I just don't. I know we don't live on a globe, and I know gravity's a theory because if you Google it, you see it's still labeled as an unproven theory. And it's pretty like unexplainable. I think individuals add their own little sauce on it, but I could go on and on and on. But
do you think you're putting your own sauce on it?
Where there's some room room for interpretation, let's say, where the barrier stops. Like when you use a compass, it's taking you to the North Pole. Everywhere that's pointing the other direction, no matter what direction you come from, is the south. So in the flat earth groups, they say that Antarctica is just the outer realm. I don't know that. So I'll say there's some liberty there for interpretation of my own or others. Some people think you can keep going on forever, and then that there's other realms, which I can lend some credence to because there's the Antarctic Treaty, where all these nations agree to not allow us to freely explore Antarctica.
Well, you telling stories instead of proofs, right? So we're not really here concerned about treaties or
no.
So do you understand how magnetism works?
Yes.
What makes magnets? What makes a magnet?
The negative attracting to the positive.
What's attracting?
Source.
What is it that's attracting?
The opposite.
No, I'm saying what opposite of what?
The negative and the positives are
The
attracting.
negative and the positive what?
Forces.
Forces of what?
Magnetism. It's an electrical force.
Okay. So what? Like you got two pieces of metal, right?
Right.
Two pieces of metal that might weigh 100 pounds a piece.
Right.
Super heavy, dense, whatever. Right. They don't float, but the attracting power of a magnet can bring that 100-pound magnet up through the air. What is that? That's able to pull that 100-pound magnet up to other magnets.
Those things, I'm not going to pretend to know exactly.
Listen. That's exactly what you have to know if you're going to be questioning or claiming that the water cannot stick to the earth. What is the force that keeps? Listen, hold on.
Level.
Can I finish, or
you can't use the water when you can.
No, we're using magnetism, the same magnetism that holds H2 to the O, right? Let me see that water again. Show us that water. What's holding the two hydrogen atoms to that one oxygen atom that you got in your hand? What's holding that together?
It's not magnetism.
I'm asking you. You telling me what it's not, but you can't tell me what it is.
Well, water's its own element. You'd have to ask the
water. So water is its own element.
Yeah, it's not magnetism, though. I know that.
You know that. What is the force? What is the force called that holds atoms and molecules together?
See, this is not having anything to do with the shape of the Earth.
Lord, what are we talking?
The compass you use, right? No matter where you are, it's gonna take you to the North Pole, right? Which is the center of the world.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the laws that would have to make it possible for there to be a flat Earth.
Well, you wouldn't know that because you don't believe in it. See,
what do you mean I don't believe in it?
Professors, that guy's not a professor, by the way. I hope you know that.
Oh, okay, bro. You going somewhere else, man. I thought you had some science that you wanted to present. But you just present the same thing that Lord Jamar was presenting, because I'm telling you about the actual forces that hold things together. And you say you don't know nothing about that. I don't know what that is.
Well, there's so many other places to go besides that. It's easier.
Okay, well, I asked you a specific question. I didn't ask you about no other places. I asked you about that specific place.
So you want to know about magnetism and water?
I said atoms. I said the force that hold atoms together and magnetism. I mentioned two things. So do you know those are two different things? Can you tell me anything about those two different things?
I wouldn't go into that because it has nothing to do with the shape of the Earth.
All right. Goodbye, brother. Thank you, though. And I won't go into any further into this conversation with you. Um, that's one of the people that was in my comments, and I like to just see what they look like, what their logic is, what their evidence, what their proof is, how deep they claim they are, and then how deep they're willing to go publicly. And I that's why that's why I put the disclaimer out there. Shit, I don't even claim to know. I'm just a believer. I'm just one of them dumb believers that, I'm not sure what's what, but I know how to ask the right questions. I know how to ask some real questions because based on stuff that we can see, I don't need to go to space to know about gravity or magnetism. We can talk about that right now because we dealing with it every day. So if you got water and you saying what water do, okay, well, what holds water together in the first place? Because you can break them apart. You can break the H2 from the O. You know what I'm saying? So what brings the H2 to the O? What holds it together in the first place? So, yeah. So, Madon.
Yo, Cam, man. Now that brother was stumbling and fumbling. Thought he had a hand on the ball, but didn't have a damn thing at all. But but the thing, man, what's funny is that he said I heard him say I brought out my pen and pad too. I was ready to write down. The brother said he knows, so I'm like, okay, let me write this down. But the brother
He
said
made me take off my jacket. I thought we was gonna get to it, and then he started saying, "This sounds crazy." Like crazy. Just the fact you use the word something sounds crazy, then you already forfeited science. You're not a scientist. There's no such thing as a scientist going to say that sounds crazy, because science is about studying the unknown. So we already don't know how it works. So why would you say I don't believe it or it's not true because it sounds crazy? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I asked you, well, how does magnetism work? Because that sounds crazy. That's magic. How's invisible force picking up hundreds or ton of pounds of other magnets or metals or whatever? Like, what's that? What's keeping that together? That sounds crazy as a motherfucker. But can you explain why it exists? Because it exists.
Right. Yeah, he couldn't explain it, man. You asked him that, the brother said, NASA has the biggest supply of helium. I'm like, what the? I'm like, what is
I thought the Earth had, I don't even know what that,
And then he said a compass takes you to the North Pole. I was like, bro, I mean, what does that have to do with the question you asked about how magnets work and why these forces is doing that? But that's a typical flat earther, man, just scrambling and rambling.
Man, and we don't got, you want to take me to something that you can't take me to. Like, so you can't take me to space, I can't take you to space. Let's take each other to right here where we at. Here go a magnet, you know what I'm saying? Here goes some electricity. Here go, some gravity when I drop this pen, you know what I'm saying? There goes some clouds that don't go higher than 6 miles, you know what I'm saying? You can't. Is the air really thin? Is that a lie? Is the air really thin up there? Is it really hard to breathe? The people that climb Mount Everest. Mount Everest is approximately 6 miles, the highest peak on the earth. People is hundreds of people that's frozen on the side of the, Mount Everest, because you can't go rescue them because the air is too thin because they passed out. Trying to climb that mountain, because there's a difference in the air, right? It's not about is it density? Whatever they claim, like, stuff that we can prove, but do we want to hear it? I want to hear it. Like I said, I took off my coat, got my notes out. I thought I was going to get some new game. I thought he's going to lace my chucks.
Right. Yeah. I thought he was going to break records, groundbreaking information, breaking news. But the main question that trips me out that they always try to pull is like they'll say, why isn't the water flinging off the earth? And I'm like, what are they looking at? I mean, do they not see all these levels of atmosphere that's above the ocean water? Like if the water was to go up, it'll be ice by the time it get up there, or or other kind of condensation. But I
Man.
mean, how it's gonna fling off the earth, and we got all these levels of atmosphere above the water. It's just I don't see how they ask that question, but maybe that's me.
Pop Trey says that Madon knows who is qualified to talk about flat Earth. Fe, why is he not pointing you to the person qualified to speak on flat Earth?
Well, we went over that last night. I was like, Brother Sanchez is Jamar's master teacher.
So I'm guessing he's saying, why are you not pointing us or pointing me to him? And you said that to me last night, right?
Yeah, cause somebody was like, Bro Sanchez. Remember, somebody put in the chat, said something about Bro Sanchez, and I was like, yeah, I know who that is, Cam. I dealt with him for years, and I believe, pretty much I believe that Jamar is he's Jamar master teacher, because I've seen him on Jamar panel years ago talking about breaking down the flat Earth to him and Remy Mar and who else used to be on that thing, that show they had.
Right. Somebody said after hours said Dr. Phil Valentine, what does he believe in flat Earth too? Does he teach flat Earth? Like, I don't know what none of these people talk about. Like I said, this wasn't even a thing until, I started hearing about it. Like, okay, what's the point? Like, what are we even talking about this for? And then once I'm forced to have to think about it or look into it, it just looks like an excuse to not follow discipline or authority. Not follow authority and discipline, and you try to find one crack in the fish tank so you can throw the whole fish tank out and give you the justification to not, like I said, not follow no structure, no discipline, no chain of command, no rank, no authority. That's what it looked like to me. So you can just be totally rebellious, and it's cool to be totally rebellious against the devil, but the devil ain't telling 100% lies. The devil didn't get to where they got in science and technology and physics, telling 100% lies. And you gotta, like I said yesterday, so you saying that India, China, North Korea, you saying all of these other continents is all in on the same conspiracy hoax to flat Earth hoax. Why wouldn't somebody just break the break the code and be a whistleblower?
Right.
Pop trade.
Salute. Salam alaikum, bro.
Wa alaikum salam. Salute.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been viewing Brother Sanchez for a little while now. And yeah, brother is respectable. You know what I mean? He has a lot of knowledge about flat earth. And I just think that, you and him could have a respectable civil conversation. That's all. And
Right.
brother,
From what you heard, you're a believer? You a believer that the earth is flat?
I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. Brother Sanchez has some good points. You know what I mean? He has some good points. He has some good arguments. So right now, I would say I'm on the fence. You know what I mean? I'm on the fence.
What's your spiritual faith tradition? Like, what do you believe in spiritually? Do you believe like in Christianity, Islam, NOI, 5%, Moor, Kemetic, Maya? Like, what do you believe?
Yes, sir. I am. I'm an inactive member of the Nation of Islam here in Richmond, Virginia, mosque number 24.
So inactive. I mean,
right.
If you black, you're a member of the nation. You mean inactive in a mosque, in a mosque
right.
setting?
Yes, sir.
So if you believe, do you believe in the teachings of Master Fard Muhammad?
All the way through in and out. Absolutely.
So does the lessons or the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad ever say the earth is flat?
Not at all.
So you believe Sanchez instead of Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
No, sir. Did not say that at all. I just said the brother has some good points.
No, you said you were leaning towards it being flat, right?
No, sir. I said I was on the fence. I'm on the fence. Brother Sanchez has some good points. All right.
So
I'm not the man. I'm not qualified enough to speak on or teach on flat earth. Not at all. That's why I'm pointing to Brother Sanchez.
Yeah, I hear you, but you are listening to it. So you're believing
yes, sir.
it. So you believe in it. You're a believer.
No, sir, I'm not a believer.
You're not a believer in Sanchez?
Brother, I listened to his lives, his arguments. My son introduced me to him. Dad, let me. You should hear this, brother.
Brother, you going somewhere else. I'm not getting into sentimental family connections. I'm asking you directly. You know what I'm saying? Do you believe in the teachings of Sanchez regarding the flat Earth, as opposed to the teachings of Master Fard Muhammad or Honorable Elijah Muhammad or Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? Is there yes or no answer?
No, sir.
You're not on the fence?
Brother, you asked me, do I have an opinion about flat Earth? I just gave you my thoughts on flat Earth. I'm on the fence on flat Earth.
That's what I'm
not comparing flat Earth theories and comparing it to the knowledge and wisdom understanding of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's exactly what
all I'm saying is this brother is qualified. I don't know about anybody else coming up on your platform to talk about flat Earth. But if you're seeking to have a conversation with somebody about flat Earth, the brother who you should speak to would be Brother Sanchez. That's all I'm saying. Now, whether I heard of him before, I just gave you a brief insight on how I came about this brother.
That had you on the fence of belief.
Well, I mean, man, he has some valid points. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. We got to hear about anything. I mean, we just have an open mind.
Brother, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with hearing about nothing. We already getting accused of being in cahoots with the Church of Scientology, and I'm not scared of no information. I'm asking you what you believe.
Well, my belief system, it doesn't matter at this point, beloved. All I'm doing is pointing you to the person who can speak about flat Earth.
That's absolutely what your belief system. That's absolutely your belief system. But
my belief system. Like I said, beloved, I'm a member of the Nation of Islam, man. So my belief system lies in the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, first and foremost. Okay. Now I can listen.
That's sounding
we can all listen to different knowledge coming from our
doing more
people.
Than listening to it. You're believing it, right? If you believe it, just say you believe it.
Brother, no, I'm not going to say I'm a believer in flat Earth and everything that this brother Sanchez teaches.
I didn't say everything that he teaches. You said flat Earth. We're talking about flat
Earth. This is not a matter of question of where do I fall?
Yes, it is.
On the side of flat Earth or globe.
That's what I asked you.
Well,
it is. This is the subject.
Well, I gave you my answer, beloved. That's all. But if you don't want to speak to the brother, if you don't want to speak to him and reach out to him.
I'm speaking to you. You were Johnny Cochran. You're his lawyer. I'm speaking to you.
No, sir. I'm not his lawyer at all, man. I'm not defending a lawyer.
I can't question you.
Brother Cam, that's fine. You're questioning me, and I'm willing to take all your questions. All right, that's fine. But I'm not on your platform to.
Well, you brought up another man.
Have a rift. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying you brought up another man.
Beloved, again, I brought up a man who can teach, who can speak on flat Earth, who's qualified.
Can you get him over here?
I don't know him personally, beloved.
I don't know him either.
Okay, I mean, I don't know how to get in. I mean, can I get him over there? I don't know, brother. I just pointing, this brother right here. He can teach you. He can tell you something about flat Earth. I don't know about the young brother that you have on your platform, or Lord Jamar. I don't know. I didn't see the interview or the debate or Lord Jamar debate. So
Right.
I don't know. I saw your program.
Black? Is Sanchez black? Is he a black?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Young brother.
You know where he's from?
Alabama, I believe.
Okay. You know, if is he affiliated with any kind of organization? Black organization?
Nah, not that I know. Not official. No, sir.
So he doesn't have any unifying Black nation in our real struggles and our real problems. He's not in the business of that. He's just in the business of flat earth.
Not from what I gathered from listening to the brother. He hasn't.
Listen to me though. Listen, based on what you know we're suffering from and been suffering from for the last 470 years, do you think that that's a conversation that we really should be, seeking if he don't have no accomplishments based on his proving flat earth or making you a believer? How is that helping you? How is that helping you or any Black people?
Well, one thing I don't cater to information that he's picking for me to do things in my life that will establish myself. I'm not seeking anything from him to better my life. I've already had that in Islam, in the teachers of Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's what I use. That's what I go by.
Well, the lessons say don't take on mixed instructions other than our assignment. What does that mean to you?
Very familiar with that. Yes, sir.
Flat Earth is not mixed instructions.
Again, brother, you had a show last night about flat Earth. I was watching your show again.
Right. I'm speaking to you like this because you claim to be a FOI. Like I'm not. What my subject was just for general public and with Lord Jamar being a 5%, which is not FOI. But you claiming to be a FOI. So I'm talking to you FOI language.
Yes, sir.
Right. You came publicly claiming that you're a FOI publicly and saying that you are leaning towards believing in Sanchez. Instead of now I'm lying.
No, sir.
Now
I didn't, beloved. I didn't use the words. I'm a believer in Sanchez.
You said you're on the fence, right?
You asked me, do I believe in flat Earth? I said I'm on the.
So on the fence. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that.
That's right.
On the fence means what?
Meaning that the brother has some points.
No,
he has some arguments.
Don't duck and dodge, brother. On the fence means what to you? Because you said it. On the fence means what? When I asked you, do you believe that? You said you're on the fence of belief in that, right? So that means what?
Meaning I don't know. I can't give you a clear cut answer of the Earth being flat or round.
All right. Well,
I know the land that I'm walking on is flat.
All right. Thank you, brother Pop Trey. I appreciate it.
All right.
Peace. It's the end of grace. It's the end of a lot of things. Let me put the StreamYard link. Madame, what's your thoughts?
Oh man, see, that's what I'm saying, man. You can tell while he on that fence, you can see Sanchez still putting that banana in his tailpipe. He's still because how you gonna say you're on the fence, right? And say you don't believe it. I always thought if you're on the fence about something, that means you undecisive. You believe a little bit this way, and you believe it a little bit that way. I mean, that's what I always thought.
Right. I mean, I would just like, if it's that serious, then let's see what reforming nation and work of resurrecting Black people from the mental death and slavery condition that Brother Sanchez has accomplished with his flat earth beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it really comes down to. So what are we gaining by this flat earth theology or this flat earth teachings? Because we clearly see it has the power to distract you and take you off your post and make you take on other instructions, you know what I'm saying, other than our assignment. So it has power and influence to confuse or to distract, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you open your mind to it. Why is and it don't mean that we can't study whatever we want to study, but if it takes you over there, then that's what you believe in. You should be a follower of Sanchez and whatever he believes, because that's not what's going on over here. That's why I start out saying a believer, but my belief ain't blind belief. It's not just because Elijah Muhammad said it or Master Fard Muhammad said it. I got eyes. I got 55 years of life experience. I'm a science student. I'm a physics student. I'm an electrical engineering student. You know what I'm saying? So I got a brain that can critically think and engage and discern where a person is coming from and what, And like I said, I'm 55 street years old. So I know when niggas is capping. I know when niggas is being niggas. I know what devils is devin. You know what I'm saying? I know what Satan's is Satan. I know what females is finessing. I know what pimps is pimping. So, I'm going to ask you straight questions. Let's get right to it.
Right. And that's what trips me out about, it's sad about a lot of our people, man. Just stand on them. I think if you believe it, just say, yeah, man, I believe Sanchez or whoever it may be. Just to be so disingenuous, like, because to me, just to keep saying you're on the fence and then turn around and say you're not saying you believe it, and then you say your son introduced it, and I'm like, damn, that goes to show the youth the youth introduced him to something. You know what I'm saying? That gained his interest. And then, so my thing is, I think brothers need to be, more straight up. If you believe it, just stand on it.
After hours, the word lie is in belief. Hop on the live with me after hours, because I've been kind of wanting to get on here with you the last couple of days, because I want to know where y'all stand. I want to know what y'all position is towards the stuff I post and towards me. It's not personal. I want to challenge. I want y'all to challenge me. Let's match wits. Let's really go deep. You know what I'm saying? Into a few things. Because I don't even like trying to prove, how deep and whatever that I am. But, when people be on the sideline challenging or commenting or, what I'm saying, and I'm not really sure. And like I said, I got a little so-called spiritual discernment. I just don't like, I like to just cut to straight to the chase, talk man talk or adult talk, mature talk if it's possible. I don't know how y'all see me. Like, y'all might see me as just unreasonable, irrational, strong-headed. I'm so stuck in belief. I'm so stuck in belief in my of some religion, No, I would say my belief is more science, I would say my religion, I should say, if I would say my religion is science. My religion is provable truth, provable reality. Now, if you claim that you're proving something, but you're not proving it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know the definition of proof, because everybody that has came up here is just proving that they believe. They just believe. They're believers. They're not knowers. So I start out saying I'm a believer, but I'm probably closer to being a knower than they are. Yet I don't even use the title knower like some absolutely, like I know. No, I believe, and I by Allah's permission and supreme wisdom, I'll whoop your ass intellectually with belief against your knowledge, against your knowing. So I want somebody to whoop my ass with your knowing, with your knowledge. That's what I want.
Yeah, man, somebody gotta step up, because that's all I've seen as well, man. People's coming up saying they know as far as when it comes to flat Earth, but all they giving out is what they believe, and it's like they think. I guess they think their part of belief is knowing, which is it's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, everybody has, this is YouTube, this is social media, so everybody, has the ability to stand on their position and scream it as loud as they can and type as big and as long as they can. That don't mean nothing. It just, it just make you a little tired or make your fingers, carpal tunnel or whatever, but it's not proof. It's not proving nothing. Right.
Right.
So why not the planet be square? Why not the planet be a triangle? Right?
Right.
Why why flat? I mean, is it a flat square? Is it a flat hexagram? Hexagon, or
Yeah, that's what I be wondering. Like, what's on the bottom of this flat Earth? What's holding it up? Like what you said. A brother said the other night. It
some
had
poles, some pipes, or tubes, or some shit. My man says tubes holding it up.
That's like, I'm like you. I want to see the engineer that did that.
Man, and then like I said, the dude that Lord Jamar, the two white boys that was on there today, they talking about they believe in God. They talking about spirits and soul. Like though the stars is not really stars, they're souls. I believe those are human souls. I was like, whoa, okay, like shit. This who you giving airtime to? This who you believing on face value? Like, whoa, okay,
Man. Yeah, man.
heard that.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, man, I need to, because I'm like, what's on this? What's holding this flat Earth up? Is this flat Earth? Is this suspended in the heavens, or this is my bad? Is it suspended like they show us, like NASA and everybody shows us the Earth? The Earth is in space. So is there anything holding this flat Earth up in space? Like, is it? They won't answer these questions.
I mean, you know, if you let somebody talk, like, it's gonna take so long, and it's gonna drain us of such energy to listen to let adults that's 40 and 50 and above like tell you their imagination. They're gonna tell you that their imagination, right? And then you have to respect them. You got to be quiet and listen to it and shit. Like, okay. And all the while, like I just be thinking, like, damn, you probably got children too. You probably got people relying on you. You know what I'm saying? And this is where you are, mentally, right? And it's a clear from my experience and from my observation, none of these people are successful in a brotherhood organization. They don't have a brotherhood or a camaraderie or an army. They're not a member of the unification of black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, not in a progressive, not in a reformative or redemptive fashion. They renegades. They little islands of, I'm a god. I'm that. Like, a real man makes men. You know what I'm saying? A real man makes other men. You know what I'm saying? In a bond of respect and reality, and identifying what the real priority, what the real enemy or the real opposition or adversary that we dealing with is. These characters don't have that. They don't have the love of a army or a brotherhood or a nation or a unity, or you know what I'm saying. And they want it, but they want it on their terms. They want to be known as a leader, or they want to be great. They want to be, different, or what I'm saying. And they never attain that. They never achieve that. That's the desire of their heart. That's from my observation. But I'm just a bald head LA rap street little believer in Farrakhan. I'm just a little NOI robot. So what do I know?
But yeah, but you're right though. And if you look at, well, I hate to speak on Brother Sanchez, but that's just a fact. When you like what black organization for like because you don't see that element of it, like you said.
Right. Marco Ja, how can you prove the black man is God with science? Science is the language of creation. Science is the language, like mathematics. Science don't mean white scientists. You know, a lot of y'all get that confused. You confuse the word or the term science with white scientists, Satans or liars or something. That's not the same thing. Science is the study of, the gathering of knowledge and experience and proof and receipts and facts of. So just the fact that if God means maker or originator or first, then clearly that the black man is the God, right? There's no other intelligence that you are aware of. You know, the human being is the superior intelligence on the planet. So who produced the human being? Who is the original human being? Who is the original man and woman? So that's easily proven. So if one produced the other and the other couldn't produce the original one, then that's the definition right there of the creator who made you. If I made you, I'm your God. If I made you, I'm your God. Simple as that. So that don't even take a laboratory. I don't even got to pick up a pencil and pen and write no equation down for that. You know.
Facts.
I'm homeless in an abandoned house. I can't. I don't know. I don't know what y'all talking about. Corey Madison, I just told Lord Jamar not to click your link. Why is that? Lord Jamar, we good. Like we was squatted up. We was allies fighting against the culture vulture a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? Him, me, him, Godfrey, comedian Godfrey. But now, you know, things have changed, I guess. Because him and Godfrey ain't well, he was talking bad against Godfrey today. You know what I'm saying? That's when I turned it off. Like, I'm not doing that. He's saying Godfrey set me up and sold me out. You know what I'm saying? And he was offended and like, man, I ain't doing that.
Oh man.
American Negro News said I'm a moderator for Lord Jamar. Also, that's what's up. Yeah, I tagged him yesterday or whatever, you know. And we follow each other on social media on this, and we follow each other on Instagram. You know, it's just, you know, I'm not saying nothing behind his back. Shit, I'm saying it publicly for the last 2 days. Shit. You know, he said what he said, so this is all content now. It's not nothing personal. This is if you claim to be 5% or a nation of 5% nation, and you going directly against what the lessons teach, then what is that called? Just like the brother that just got up here saying he was a FOI, getting on a FOI's page and saying something anti-FOI-ish, anti-NOI-ish, then you get called out. You did it in public, you're going to get called out in public. Simple as that. There ain't no feelings involved. So I welcome anybody. I challenge anybody. I double dog dare anybody, whatever language it gets you to jump. You know what I'm saying? They come over here and holler at me. It's, you know, you ain't heard me bite my tongue. I'll be trying to be extra diplomatic or whatever, but diplomatic time is over with. Politically correct shit is over with. It's the end of grace. So it is what it is. Like we can line it up verbally. You know, we ain't talking about getting physical with nobody, but I heard Lord Jamar saying something like, I'll, you know, smack the, you know, whatever. If you was in here and you said that to the little white boy, like, well, I don't give a damn if KB called me the N-word, called my mama this and called my mama that, or called Elijah Muhammad this. I'm not touching you. I'm not. You can't get me off my square with no words. Yeah, Elijah Muhammad is a pedophile and a such and such and that. All right, man. Okay, you say so. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna get me to get in the mud with you.
Right. Yeah, man.
Keyway guidelines say Lorenzo said, quote, y'all believe the earth is 93 million miles away. Right. Instead of the lessons that you claim that says that the earth is 93 million miles away. So why y'all? So if you're a 5%er, then who's the y'all that you talking about? But what was you saying, Madonna?
No, I was just saying, yeah, I mean, for Jamar, lashing out like that, that was I mean, he brought it on himself. Like, he shouldn't be mad at the brother Godfrey. He was, hey, the thing was, it was open panel. Y'all brung the KV on, and
I mean, how could you feel like you got ambushed if what you standing on is the truth? Like nobody could ambush me about the teachings. I don't need a PowerPoint presentation. I don't need no slides. I don't need nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If this something that I'm banging or something that I'm claiming, like I'm gonna run it whenever, wherever, whoever, at all times. Right?
Right. Yeah, you should know it back and forth. You're right. You should know it forward and backwards. Easy. Right.
Especially if you publicly proclaiming it and you calling physicists out. You calling Neil deGrasse Tyson out. You calling people out. You calling for it. Don't do a Drake and then get Kendricked. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call for it. You know what I'm saying? And in the last 34 years, by God's grace, ain't nobody ever faded me. And I've been watching Farrakhan for, in his 70 years, ain't nobody ever faded him. So whatever I'm talking about, I'm willing to go all the way. And I got a perfect record by Allah's permission. By my God and Messiah and Mahdi's permission, I don't have an L on this record. So,
hey, that's real, man.
And anybody that disagree or like you want to compare, like all I ask you is line it up. just hop on here and line it up, because this nation is, and this teaching. I see Billy Carson say. I mean, after hours say Billy Carson said the same thing. I don't know if you're talking about me or you talking about Lord Jamar or whatever, but hop on our live after hours. So I want to talk with you. I can't see you got your shirt off. Are you black? Are you white? Are you I don't know what that is. Hop on a live with me, because I'm not sure if you pro or anti, you know what I'm saying? But I have to call you now, and I'm gonna have to put you on the hot seat. Need to hear from you in 3 minutes after hours. Need to hear from you. The moon ain't flat, empty. Billy Carson is trying to pull a Drake. Yeah, so I don't know, man. See, once I get in the mode, I don't know, man. So forgive me if I'm misunderstanding. I might be misunderstanding y'all's comments. Y'all might be commenting to each other, just clowning, and I'm taking it a different kind of way, because I want to roll. I don't know if y'all know about pit bulls and shit. I want to roll. Everybody barking, but ain't nobody want to roll. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so, man.
And then they act like they want to roll, but then you grab and they start screaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like lock back, like scratch, like lock back, shake me up. You know what I'm saying? Say something that's gonna shake me up.
Hey, that's Rest 100, bro. For sure.
Right.
And I was about that other brother last night. Well, I let somebody else go ahead. Like somebody else came up.
Prince Visionary, peace.
Peace, brother Kim. Been a while.
Man, I got a short-term memory. Prince Visionary, what's your thoughts, bro? What I'm saying is I don't remember us chopping.
Oh no, it was I called like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I inquired about why do people lie on the minister and say like he was a sellout? And I asked what was the thing between him and Scientology. Then you explained it to me.
Got you. I got you. What's your thoughts on this subject right here?
Man, I I just got up not that long ago, ate some food and looked, and I was thinking like, man, is Lord Jamar gonna respond? And he went a few days, didn't say anything until today. And he was just like, when your friends, betray you. I'm like, oh, come on, Lord Jamar. That's so soft, bro. You was just on your platform, and I'm not gonna cuss, but saying everybody's stupid.
Yeah.
We're gonna disprove all the facts. Then he tried to combine two things. Like he was like, I'm gonna tell you that we're all FBA and that the Earth is flat. We're gonna get all this stuff out there. I'm like, why are you like? And then it was just weird. And he bought like two Caucasian men on his platform, and I was just looking like, what are you doing, bro?
And
Like,
he's saying that he brought them on, but he's not gonna believe nobody else's word just on face value. You got two former slave masters, and their history of telling lies to us, and you you're gonna believe them on face value, but you're not gonna believe your own
and brother
nation.
Cam, that's so crazy because he's supposed to be God body, and I'm like, wait a minute. Are you bringing these two Caucasian men what if they say something is right because it's them and they're on your platform? I'm just sitting here, like you said, I couldn't even watch the whole video. I was like, man, this is sad, bro. I can't watch this. You mad at Godfrey, but you went on your platform a week before and said that you would challenge anybody. I heard him, brother Ken. He said anybody who want to debate, we can debate. I destroy him. I destroy this person and this person, and I'm just like, okay. And then, boy, oh boy, Professor Dave got to him, and we seen what that was like.
Cooked him.
Then
But it was. Go ahead. My bad. Sorry about that.
It was just cringe, brother Cam. It was like he was 7 years old. Like he kept getting mad and cussing people out, and this is dumb and this is stupid, and bubbles float up. And I'm like, what did he just say?
Said, man, he was cussing about it, and he had the loud mic. They turned his mic up extra loud, and like it was just like a.
And then he kept cutting the dude off every time he tried to give an explanation. And then Lord Jamar was moving a goalpost, and then this another thing, brother Cam. Again, you supposed to be 5%. You supposed to be God body. I thought, because I'm from D-Mecca, I'm from Detroit, so I've been around the nation. I've been around. So to me, I thought all y'all was scientists. Once you enter, you're kind of like a scientist. So when he was like, and I didn't understand the scientific, the actual definitions of what he was saying. I'm like, then why did you challenge him to a debate if you didn't know what the words meant? I'm just like, okay, it was just sad. Like you said, I couldn't even watch it no more. It kind of made me lose a little bit of respect for him. I'm like, man, if you was to die tomorrow, this would be the last memory we have of you crashing out like this, man.
Yeah, man.
Now, what were you saying, brother Cam?
No, I said, yeah, it was rough. Go ahead. No, keep going.
Yeah, it was just like, I couldn't believe it because, like I said, I've been in those circles. Like I went to I cook and all that. So like I've cooked for the minister. I've been around. I've been to ciphers. I've been around. So when I heard him even saying this stuff, I was just like, what? Like, where is this coming from, bro? Like, and you're like 57, and now you're saying this, but you've been like quote unquote God body since like a teenager or whatever, a child or whatever, before I was born. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, what's the switch up? And then you brought another dude on here, and he's talking about Brother Sanchez, and I'm like, so because one dude is talking about it, he's supposed to be the. I'm like, I don't get this, man. It's cocaine is a hell of a drug, man.
Oh man, pretty much, man. Or social media is a hell of a drug. Or I don't know.
I'm just mental health, man. I mean, we all got it, mental health problems, but this is beyond. I'm like, dude, you got dudes in their late 40s, early 50s, like saying some of the most insane things that can actually be disproven or proven, depending on, whether it's who you going for. I just
Man,
couldn't believe it.
I could
And
because
just looking for every reason to excuse and ignore Minister Farrakhan, ignore
yeah,
God. Yeah, they are Reuben Muhammad. Yeah, they
absolutely.
are.
Yeah, and that's the part of the arrogance or the pride or the envy. I think it's more envy, rooted in envy and pridefulness, that we don't want to follow. That's we all gonna say. I'm a God. I'm not a Muslim. That's what Lord
Yeah, that's
Jamar.
what they say.
Yeah, I'm not a God. I'm a Muslim. And that's what yesterday my live was about. That's why I say I'm following up today on yesterday's live that that had to do with that. No matter what, Allah always can make a positive out of a negative. But just because he allows negative to happen, don't mean that he condones negative and that he won't chastise and punish and destroy negative, right? So just because God has had grace and mercy on us, rebelling against his apostle, rebelling against his messenger, rebelling against his Messiah, we got a paper called The Final Call. The final call don't last forever. Grace don't last forever. At some point, the ass whooping begins. The full consequences of all of that will be let loose. And we at it now. January, 2025, or actually February, to keep it all the way exact. February 26th, will officially be all, grace for wickedness and rebellion and unjust rebellion is going to be up. Rebellion is great if it's against Satan, but rebellion against God and rebellion against God's man in our midst will no longer be tolerated. Not by me. I'm telling you what's going to happen. You think the snowstorm on the East Coast and the fires on the West Coast, that ain't even hit the end of grace date yet, which is February 26th. Watch what happened after February 26th.
Oh, you already know I'm watching. Like I said, I'm from Detroit, but I was down south when they got hit with that snowstorm. It wasn't super bad because people was like, "Oh my God, it's terrible." I'm like, "Look, dude, in the Midwest it's like 7 inches of snow. So y'all not that bad,
Right.
But yeah, I was driving through the south when they got hit with that snowstorm, and then of course I'm seeing how everything getting burnt down where you at in your neck of the woods in the West Coast. And then of course we know about the South with all the floodings and everything. But I had was surfing the YouTube streets and I heard that some of them towns that actually got flooded was sundown towns.
No, I wouldn't
So
doubt it.
yeah, so I'm like, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad. I mean, I feel bad for what happened to my people, but
right.
Shit, if the Most High, was like, hey, flood out some of these racist towns and these sundown towns, all praises due to the Most High. I was looking at that. They said a lot of sundown towns and racist towns down south got flooded out. I was like, good.
Yeah, well, God knows. I'm not gonna go so far to make those kind of statements or nothing, but God knows who deserves what and who don't. And if we believe in God, if we don't, then it's a free fall. If everybody just believe whatever they want to believe, then who knows? It's Harp did it. The government did it. You know what I'm saying? So attack the government or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get into that part of speaking certain kind of words. But I got eyes, I got ears, and I'm trying to focus on our people, our people cleaning up and our people getting out of harm's way, because it's harm's way time. It's harm's way time from from what I believe, who I believe is the God of righteousness, the God of vindication, the God of retaliation, and if we holding on to the people that he's retaliating against, then we gonna get it. And that's just how I see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was just calling up. I seen you was live. I said, "Oh man, let me tap in." I know he be hating when a lot of people want a Twitter finger, want to just keep typing in stuff, but don't want to come up. I just had to say something. I'm like, this is insane. I had a lot of respect for Lord Jamar, just like you said, when he went against the colonizer, the culture vulture, and we all was with him. Like, yeah, man. Like, I only used to watch the culture vulture because he was on there spitting the knowledge, giving some jewels and all that. And to see what he did this year already, it's kind of like, man, it's kind of cringe, man.
It be making me want to F up just so I can publicly apologize, so I can show niggas how they supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, man, because that's destruction. You know, our pride leads to our own destruction. Like, and I don't want to suffer that, because I'm sure I done did enough. Somebody will pull something out one day or something like that. I'll have to publicly apologize. But I want to show men and so-called gods and warriors and and soldiers how to just publicly apologize. Like, man, forgive me, I was wrong. You know, I was on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was arrogant. I was envious. I was prideful. Like, I'd be starving to hear real men say real shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, maybe I just have to do it. If I want to hear it, I might have to do it myself.
Yeah, and he started off like that. He was like, I wasn't in my right mind. It wasn't this, and then he went to, but when you think people is your friends, I'm like, oh, come on, now you messing up. You should have just, hey, it was very barbaric and savage of me to speak the way that I spoke, knowing who I am and how people view me, and it'll never happen. Like, that's all you had to do was like a 3-minute, 5-minute apology, and then people just would have been like, oh, all right, Lord Jamar, nothing about it, and people would have forgot about it. There's so much stuff going on. Like, people got short-term memories. All you had to do was apologize. People would have been like, oh, okay, that's Lord Jamar, never mind.
Right. I mean, and like you said, why do you want to believe that? And if it's compelling to you, like, why is it supposed to absorb you to such degree that I'm just gonna, dedicate the rest of my time in my life trying to prove or promote that the earth is flat? You know what I'm saying? All the stuff we got to worry about right now as Black people, and your influence, positive influence over the decades on us. Now you're luring your fans and attention to something that's gonna do what for us right now? What is this flat earth shit gonna do for us right now?
Not a thing. And Brother Cam, I did not know just how many brothers actually believe in that because Lord Jamar is like super famous again right now. Everybody's doing lives, breaking down what he did, bringing people on a panel, and I'm listening. I've been in like 5 different chat rooms, and there's a lot of brothers that believe in the flat earth. I'm like, dude, I did not know that this many brothers believe in this. And then some people coming in saying, yeah, the Bible says so. See, I'm gonna show you what the Bible says. Right. So you got Hebrew Israelites who believe in it, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. I did not know a lot of brothers was out here believing in this buffoonery.
Malika said, Cam, you should have Brother Sanchez and Lord Jamar on your channel at the same time. If they want to get on there, I would love to have on the channel at the same time. I'm not sure what we gonna talk about. Don't they agree with each other? That's who he follows. He follows his
I wouldn't say they agree with each other because I remember Sanchez did a live and he was kind of trying to debunk Lord Jamar on something, and then he says something like, "Oh, Lord Jamar is in the God's nerve, so they believe in a sky daddy." And I was like, "What? The
He
gods
said
and earth
Lord
don't believe
Jamar is
in a
in what?
sky daddy,
He
huh?"
said Lord Jamar is in what?
The 5% nation of gods and nerves. So
Oh,
that means he believe in a sky daddy. And I was like, no, they don't. The gods and earth don't believe in a sky daddy. They don't believe in spookism. They get their teachings, well, most of it from the most honorable Elijah Muhammad by way of WD Farah Muhammad, Nation of Islam. So I wouldn't say they exactly agree with each other, but I just think a lot of people just want you to bring Lord Jamar Sanchez on, because I just think a lot of people want the flat earth thing to be true, and people feel like can't nobody beat Sanchez in it, so they just probably want him to come up here so he can prove on your platform that it is, so then he can conform more people. Like, I'm just like, I don't know, like you said, what's the whole point? Like we said, what we gonna talk about?
yeah. My thing would be like judo. Okay, the earth is flat. Now what? Now what?
Still gotta pay taxes, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, what is now that now that you've convinced so many people that the earth is flat, and even if you was able to convince me the earth is flat, now what? Is that a license to rebel against all structure, all authority, all chain of command, all unity and organization, and now you want to be the leader because you figured out or that the earth was flat, so now we have to follow you? Like, what is the end game? What is the motive behind that? Why do we need to know that?
And then they say things like the governments are hiding this from us. I'm like, so let me get this straight. The world governments came together when they normally can't come together for any other reason. They came together to lie the whole world that the earth is actually really round, but it's flat. And they lie. I'm like, so what does Europe, the United States, Africa, China, what do they gain from that? Like,
Right.
what, like,
Why would they
what, like,
cooperate with that conspiracy if they arch enemies and they nuking each other? They got a whole nuclear arsenal against each other, but they won't just gladly cause chaos or anarchy in our government by exposing that the earth is flat. Like, wouldn't that cause whatever, for whatever reason that they allegedly hiding that the earth is flat? Why wouldn't your arch enemy superpower just go and reveal that the earth is flat and let nature and chaos take its course?
Yeah, that's like, I'll just be thinking like, I got the right questions to ask these guys. Like, there's, because I've heard that conspiracy theory. Oh, the United Nations actually came together so that they could hide that the Earth was actually flat and tell you that it was round. And it's like, okay, why do they want to hide that? Like, so if we find out that the Earth, is there some type of knowledge, or like what are they afraid of? Like, it's like they still let you travel. You still can take a cruise from the United States to Europe. You still can fly a plane around. So it ain't like they trying to stop you from actually moving. So like, what's the whole point?
I mean, that's a good question. That's not something like with me. I'm not chasing nobody. On this
Facts.
these YouTube streets. Now, if I build up enough of an audience to where you want to come over here and chase, the spotlight over here, I definitely will put you on. You know what I'm saying? But my program is not to try to chase down flat earthers. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But if they feel like this is I got enough influence, or this is a platform that they want to get a notch under their belt by cooking Cam on the subject, you definitely welcome. You definitely welcome to come on over here and try to get your Chef Ramsay, Master Chef of Hell's Kitchen on over here and see how it work out.
It ain't gonna work out good for him. I don't see nobody cooking you like that, man.
Yeah, I'm just, like I said, my reason for being here is more practical application based, as far as improving our condition as descendants of slaves and indigenous people, black and brown people. So whatever flat earthers are trying to accomplish, I would love to hear it, because I already think I know, but I would like to hear what their logic and reasoning is for this returning to the dark ages type, theories.
I know an answer.
What's your thought?
Some years ago, when I was like in community college, I came across Sonetta TV, and it was a guy on there who was a flat earther. This is how I found out who Brother Sanchez was. It was like maybe 8 years ago. And Sonetta asked him, he was like, "Hey, brother, so what does this do? Like, what does finding out the earth flat do?" You know what this guy said?
But
He said, "It opens up your mind."
it opens
Swear,
up your mind. It open up your mind to something. I don't know if it's what you want to open it up to.
He was making it sound like if you learn this, somehow you will get more knowledge after. And I was just like, I was in community college at the time. I'm like, this sounds so stupid. Like, what is he talking about? It opens up your mind. Like what?
Yeah,
Like what?
Drugs and alcohol open up your mind. But the question is, what do it open your mind up to? Right?
Yeah, but
wine and spirits. They call it wine and spirits. What do it open your mind up to? Does it make you more moral? Does it make you more aware and awake? Does it make you more righteous and more disciplined? Or does it bring your walls down? You know what I'm saying? Does it, release or whatever your inhibitions or, what does it do?
And I'm not gonna lie, to be fair, a lot of flat earthers do smoke weed on camera and drink their little drink while they talking that BS, and I'll be sitting there like, that's not a good look. You actually making yourself look even more crazier, smoking and drinking while saying, "Yeah, brother, see, because the earth is really this and really that." And there's people who graduated high school, who graduated college, looking at you like you're crazy, like you don't even know what you're talking about, man. You just sitting up there smoking and drinking. That's probably why you sound like that.
Yeah, from my observation and my little wisdom grade level, to me it seems like, again, that the flat earth doctrine is a justification to rebel against law, against all, law and order and structure and discipline and seniority and rank and chain of command, and is going to lead to rebellious bloodshed. That's what it's going to lead to, because you can tell that it's too shaky. The foundation is not strong enough, which will lead to emotionalism instead of facts. Because now you're in it with your ego and with your pride and all of that. And by what Lord Jamar said to the dude, if you was in here, I would smack you. I would this and that. To me, that it seems like a license to rebel, ultimately physically, against righteous law. It seems like it's a battle cry, or like a little gateway into being able to physically rebel, against righteous law and structure. And it's like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. And people thinking that they could say certain things and take positions against actual army structures and soldiers and warriors, that you don't know that you was under grace, that you at a certain time, the shock of the hour, the surprise that you're gonna win, like you say, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Well, the surprise prize that a lot of us is gonna receive for playing these stupid verbal games, we ain't gonna want that prize. We gonna want those prizes.
Yeah, brother Cam, and this a rabbit hole. I don't know if you heard this. It ain't a new conspiracy theory, but I heard it like some years back, and it's just as dumb as the flat Earth. A guy first, he said all the birds in the world are fake. Then he changed it and said Then he changed it and said some of the birds in the world are fake. And I'm just like, the world is coming to an end, bro. The bird. So this is the rabbit hole. So the earth is flat, which means the birds is fake, which means the fish is fake, which means the trees ain't really real. And then it just keep going down, and now nothing's real. Just like the dude told you, we live in a simulation.
Right. So I don't have to respect. I don't have to respect nothing. I don't have to follow no authority. I don't have to respect no law. I don't have to acknowledge no law, so I can do whatever I want to do. And I'm trying to rally up other people to rebel with me, which is going to turn violent. It's going to turn violent. And then once the people that tricked you and lured you into this rebellion, them the ones that got the National Guard and the Army and the guns and all that, and they're going to light your ass up.
And this goes into that
rebellion ass up.
This goes into that Aleister Crowley doest thou wilt, because nothing actually is real. So you didn't really.
Yes, let's see how not real it is when you run up against them slugs and that, like I said, them white militias and that National Guard and shit. We're gonna see the simulation. And simulation feel real than a mug.
Cause man, I just be sitting here and I'm like, did he just tell Cam that this is a sim? So if you got smacked in the face, you didn't get smacked for real?
Right. if you're on the right drugs, you're on the right amount of drugs, then it might feel like that. So a lot of us already done fried a lot of our brain cells with certain weeds and certain pills and whatever it is that we've been partying to, that somebody then hypnotically planted some suggestions in your mind that this is a simulation, and now you just like a little walking MK Ultra dummy and shit, ready to crash out. So that's on you.
And on the weed thing, when I was in college, I almost started for real, but then I remember some brothers in the Nation of Islam came out and said that's chemically weaponized marijuana by the government, and they just trying to mess with your mind. And I remember I was going around Detroit telling people like, hey man, the brother's saying that that's chemically weaponized, and they like, man, that's just weed. Then I met this white girl at my job, and she was like, I would sell I would give y'all some of my weed at my job, but we gotta wear protective gear to spray it down. And then I gotta wear a helmet, because if I inhale what we spraying it down with, it'll destroy my throat. So I'm like, wait a minute. So if you can't inhale it, then why are you putting it on the mirror? I said, oh, just like what the Nation said. They got chemically weaponized marijuana, and you Negroes is out here smoking it, looking crazy.
Hey man, like Malcolm said back in the day, they sell you the alcohol and arrest you for being drunk.
Yeah. Like you said, that's the government seal on that bottle.
Right, government seal. And they tax you for it. And it's tearing up your organs at the same time. So they knocking out 4 and 5 birds with one stone.
Yeah, just like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you don't know he truly is the devil. It's EA 2233 CIA weed. Thank you, Daryl Jackson.
Hold on one second. Madon and Prince, chop it up with each other for a second. I got to take this call real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead, brother Cam.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm still here.
Yeah, brother. Did you want to say something?
Well, yeah. Let's see what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I was thinking about. I don't know if you heard the brother last night that he said he was a sailor, and he sailed around. I guess he was saying that he was a sailor. That proves that there's no curvature. But the brother Cam said, "So how'd you go?" And then the brother turned around and said, "Well, I went on a cruise." I don't know if you heard that, man, but I was just bringing that up to show that a lot of these flat earthers are so disingenuous, man, that it's crazy to me. Well, it ain't crazy to me. I guess it's just revealing the state of the race.
And he couldn't have been a sailor, just like you said. He came back and said, "Oh no, I was on a cruise." You couldn't have been a sailor, because the Moors back then, they made the map and they said that the world was circular. And then they said that you can't sail across the sea because there's ocean gyres, which is because the earth is rotating so fast or moving, it makes turbulent winds, which makes whirlpools. So that's when they mean when they say you will get lost at sea. So you got to take a certain route to get to certain places when you take in a boat. Like you can't just, like people think you just can sail straight across the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean. Like you can't really just do that. You got to take a certain route. You got to go a certain way because you can reach to a certain point where you can get caught in the whirlpool, and then you'll get lost at sea and shipwrecked.
Man, I'm trying to find this one guy that I just was watching, and I had his YouTube link. He just got back from, I think, Antarctica. He either got back from Antarctica or something, and he was conducting, like 48 hours straight photography lined up with the sun, and then gave the coordinates to other places around the world for other people, and gave the certain type of lens. And so basically he proved that the circular nature of the planet based on the photos of the sun, because the sunspots was in this location in the east, and then at the same time people were sending photos because he like did like a whole like public thing, instructions of how to do it, and those that had this kind of camera set it up this way and this and that, So I'm gonna find that link and put it in this chat also. And these are experiments that you can do just based on looking at the sun. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're supposed to be rotating around the sun, if we're supposed to not be rotating around the sun on the disc or whatever, so it was, something that, like I said, I wouldn't even. It's just if my people start being involved in BS, or they start getting involved in, like I see somebody said, fentanyl or prostitution or gangbang, like, we're gonna have to get into it a little bit. I'm not trying to spend no long time on these subjects, but whatever my people is getting deceived into, then I'm gonna have to, go do a little research and grab some bits of facts and figures for that. But at the end of the day, whatever you choose to believe in, you just gonna choose to believe in it, regardless of the amount of signs and proof and evidence. If you just dead set on something, you just gonna do it. So I would just say do it. Just believe what you believe, get with who you believe, and stay with them. That's what I say.
Yep, stay over there.
Stay over there.
And I was just thinking, since the brother Ruben put something in a chat room, one of the most powerful things I ever read in my life, and you already know, brother Cam. Why do my people love the devil?
Well, they like the devil. It says they like
the devil. Gives them nothing.
It gives them nothing. Gives them nothing.
That's crazy. When I read that the first time, I was like, what? But then as I got older and I started seeing my people, and I'm like, y'all doing all this for the white. He don't even give you nothing. He don't give you no land. He don't give you nothing. But you going all out your way to prove yourself to this man, to this devil. He don't respect you. He want to see you in the dirt. Yeah, like the most honorable.
They envy the devil. They want to be as free to rebel against God as the devil has been. They think that it's a good deal. They think that, I'll do better, being able to be flexible and free to do what the devils are, as, I'd be better off than being my natural black self and getting persecuted and impoverished and waged war against. That's what we think. Our logic is, I can't beat these Satans, so I'm gonna join them and get mine while I can. That's what they think. We think, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a lot of us. I remember I heard somebody say some years back when I went to a cipher, and he said, man, it's easy being an 85er. It's hard being 5%, man. It's hard because They get to eat their little pork. They get to keep doing what they doing. But I got the knowledge. I got to do better. I got to be better every day. I can't do what everybody else do. And like I said, as I got older, I seen what he was talking about. Like it ain't easy trying to follow, the words of the Most High.
Yep, and practicing them. It's not easy becoming a master at anything. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not even no satisfaction in ease. Ease makes you deteriorate. Comfort and ease, without the difficulty in front of it, just makes us deteriorate. Ease is supposed to be a reward for difficulty, and if we're not facing no difficulty, then we shouldn't even we won't even be enjoying no ease. And the greater the difficulty, the greater the reward of ease is supposed to be. But this world wants to throw the full heavenly, female box, money, luxury, and all that for something you ain't even did. You know what I'm saying? Some difficulty that we ain't even experienced. So we devalue it and we squander it, and then we wind up going crazy because now we our own conscience let us know that we didn't earn this. And now we start getting a God complex. Or, are you supposed to worship me? I must be right because I got this without having to go through all the difficulty you having to go through. So I must be better and right and know. So like, all right, well, that's the beginning of the end right there. Prince, you kind of clicked out for a second.
Oh yeah, I don't know what happened with my phone, but yeah, I was just saying, like I felt what he was saying when he said it was hard being 5%, but it's easy being an 85er. So,
Man, Madon, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Ruben said, the devil gives us nothing to be responsible for and accountable for. A slave, by definition, is one who is deprived of the right and need to be responsible for self. Yeah,
yes, sir.
That's why they call us boy. Come here, boy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no man because I'm taking care of you. Now, nobody respects a dependent. If I'm dependent on you, you know what I'm saying, then you're not going to respect me.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Gooch said, Brother Cam, did you post the video from yesterday? Which video? The live I did? Yeah, it's up. It's the one that got it got Lord Jamar on the cover. It got me. It's a little white dude with a globe in his hand. They got a circle. I'm not circle 7, but a 5% logo on the globe, because that's the part of the teachings that he was denying or rejecting. So, but yeah, I'm at 2 hours. I guess a couple of the people that showed up that I wanted to showed up, and we saw, well, one of them, we saw what his mentality, grade level, so / receipts / cosmology, physics scholarship was. A lot of people that, like I said, they bold enough to hop in the comments. I want you to hop on the live, and I'll be quiet as long as I can and listen and try to hurry up and get you to make your point, land your plane, prove your data or whatever it is that, argument that you're trying to make. But when it's clear and it's obvious and becomes painfully, obvious that you're wasting time or wasting our time, then we hurry up and land the plane and go to the next person. So that's what I'm on here trying to do.
Well, thank you, Brother Cam.
Last thoughts, last words?
I just came to say thank you. Allowing me to be on your platform again. Nice chopping it up with you and the whole family.
Man, indeed. My pleasure, my honor. Prince, like I said, I forgot, I be short-term memory. I deal with so many people and so
Oh,
much
it's all good.
stuff, I be forgetting. But yeah, you always, like I said, VIP whenever you got, anything you want to talk about. It ain't got to just be this. It could be relationships. It could be your business, something that that you're working on. You can always shout it out and let us know how we can circulate some dollars your way. Give us your Cash App or your Zelle or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and we'll post it up. So,
Thank you, brother Cam. I appreciate that.
man, it's all love, all love.
All right, peace, my brother.
Peace. Madame, what's any final thoughts?
Yeah, man. I think it was. I was gonna ask you because I was looking at that thumbnail earlier, man. You put that certain picture of you in there like that for.
Yeah, with the head down, like why, bro? Just why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was checking it out. I was checking that thumbnail out, man. I was rolling, but yeah, man. Other than that, man, I think it was another good bill, man. And I think even though those brothers said they had proof and only came with what they believe, I think it was still good to show that hey, um, your information you might need to brush up on it, which is to say when it comes to those flat earthers. So I think it was still good to those brothers to at least try. You know what I'm saying? Even though they weren't successful.
And I always like to know what is the proof? What do you have to show for your knowledge? If you're true and what you're saying is so important and so true, what have you built with it? You know what I'm saying? Who have you saved with it? You know what I'm saying? If somebody is sick, if somebody is starving, if somebody is poor, naked, raggedy, hungry, out of doors, somebody is dealing with illness, how is that knowledge going to help them? How is that knowledge going to help them? Why do we need to know anything or hear anything about that?
Hey, that's real, man. And when it comes to the flat earthers, man, I hate to get them so much energy, but I know a lot of their history, man. I know how people then scam people saying they was raising money to get a balloon to put a GoPro on, and how the one guy he went up and built his own little rocket or spacesuit or whatever, thought he was gonna go up there and see if the Earth was flat. He died. I mean, the list goes on, man. So it's like it's failure after failure, and like you said, there's no organized structures that's going to do something to help Black people or just help any community. In my, from what I've seen, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Well, I would say everybody, man, tune in to Digital Soapbox podcast here. Like, subscribe, hit the like button, subscribe, share these videos as conversation piece for the barbershop, hair salon, or the living room. Talk about these subjects. Talk about them. If somebody, really is passionate or energetic, send them over here. I'll put you on live immediately. I don't discriminate as long as we follow rules of reality, respect and reality. Like, you got to be respectful with your language, and then I got to see that you're actually in touch and in tune with reality. Like, I don't let people just imagining things and using your feelings and imaginations, and you don't want to agree on what words actually mean, or you're claiming that you're a physicist and you don't know what physics are, you don't know the laws of the forces, and you don't want to acknowledge that, but you want to say what sounds crazy versus what the forces are. So we won't be tolerating a whole lot of that. I give them a few minutes or whatever, but I ain't on. It's just entertainment. It's just entertainment. But yeah, we trying to like actually do something productive, improve ourselves. Salute again our brother Fire. I forgot his name. Fire, that is on day 12 of his fast. That's real self-improvement stuff. That's real self-renewal. You know what I'm saying? That's real healing, stuff that we can really go experience and then bring back those jewels to the people and say, yeah, I felt like this, but I fasted and I drank this or I ate this and I was thinking this kind of thoughts when I was fasting. Like, that's what we need. We need something that can help cure and heal our illnesses, our health conditions right now. We need that kind of information. Flat earth shit and beliefs and all of that, like, that's for the birds. We ain't got time to be focused on nothing like that. But and we at the end of grace, like I said. So I would suggest everybody follow Minister Farrakhan, information, the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or the NOI, as taught by Minister Farrakhan, and go to NOI.org, NOI, nationofislam.org, and just put that in your bookmark. You know what I'm saying? Just go browse through the official source. That's the source. YouTube is not the source. Cam is not the source. Farrakhan and NOI.org is the official source. Finalcall.com. Finalcall.com and NOI.org. That's the official source to just stay up to speed, up to date, in step with what the supreme wisdom and the supreme teacher, and the guidance is. So I'm just a representative. I'm just somebody that be wearing a t-shirt and stuttering and cussing and all that. But I am not the source. I'm benefiting from the source, just like I'm trying to get you to benefit from the source. And that's the author. I'll be calling for it. I'll be trying to, just like Muhammad Ali did, or Malcolm X, and of course Farrakhan been doing their wins in their fields, attract people to where they got their mentality, or where they got their strength, or their faith, or their health, or their intelligence, or their wisdom, or their wits. Whatever I do that you appreciate and that you might admire or respect, I got it from Farrakhan. I got it from Farrakhan. Anything you don't like about me or whatever, if it's some ninja, characteristics, that came from me. That came from me. Anything you like, though, and you love or respect, that came from Farrakhan. And if you go directly to the source, then you could bypass me, skip over me. I'm just a sign pointing you, to the source. Go to the source. The source is not going to require you to wear a suit and bow tie, nothing like that. You're just going to get if you get to Farrakhan and you listen to Farrakhan, his most, especially in his 90s, then you're going to get laced all the way up. And that's what I can't say nothing better than that. Follow Farrakhan, pay attention to Farrakhan, because he's only going to be among us for a few more days. He's only going to be among us for a few more days. And as soon as you hear that he's no longer among us, you hear that he got arrested or abducted or he so-called passed away or whatever, all hell is going to break loose. The full wrath of God, whoever you believe God is going to come down, and you won't be able to find brothers like me. You won't be able to find these ministers or the people that we've been taking for granted all our life for so many years. So that's best I could tell you right now, and God willing, man, until tomorrow. This is Brother Camp. Salute all my wrench mob, Ahmad Jabril, L Matic. Salute Big L Matic. Salute Yusuf Arline, Gooch, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Adrian Sanchez, Big Rube, my brother. Everybody, Sarad, everybody, man. Let's just keep this going. We got each other. We're going to build each other. We're going to sharpen each other. We're going to keep each other up to speed. And, it's going to go to where it's going to go. So, Madon, you got the last word, bro.
Hey, man, with that, man, always good bill, man. I'm going to say peace and blessing, man. And to all the people, man, continue to look for the God within.
And we out. Peace.